All right, good morning everyone. It's day 3 training program. Okay, today's program primarily focuses on, we're going to do a little higher intensity cardio. So body's starting to feel a little bit better. Here's an opportunity we can hit it with a little more intensity because we got a longer rest period and less demanding strength exercises that we're going to couple with it. So it'll do a 90-second cardio, and then that's going to be followed by a squat movement. Today I'm going to use the Hex Bar Deadlift. The position, a lot of people would probably argue, has more of a hinge involved than just squat. The reason why I use it for my squat is 5 knee surgeries and a partial knee replacement. That knee doesn't like to flex that far, so it's a great way for me to work a very comfortable range of motion without creating some swelling and irritation in the joint. And then that's going to be followed by a twist movement. I'm going to do a floor-oriented twist, which is basically, we call them windshield wipers. We'll bring the legs up into 90 degrees, and then I'm going to rotate from side to side and get as far as I can in range of motion, as long as I keep my upper body, my torso, back of my shoulders on the ground. You'll see that as we get set up. Okay. We're going to do the programming. We're going to do this on 5 minutes, and we're going to do 12 rounds. We're taking advantage of the lockdown, and so I get some longer training sessions in, get a little more volume, push the fitness to a higher level. Now, what I do with the weights, strength-wise. So people complain about a high volume here. Well, I'm doing 5 repetitions at a weight that's my body weight right now, so I'm coming back down and I'm going to build back up. That weight's about 195, which is a little lower than 50% of my max. What I'll do is from week to week, as long as those repetitions are really clean, in other words, that last set on the 12th round are just as clean, and they might slow down a little bit as my first set, I'll increase it 5-10 pounds next week. I'll build that up week after week at 5 repetitions for each one of those until I get to a point where the amount of fatigue accumulates too great. It's too much effort for me to do the last sets of 5. Then what I'll do is I'll increase the weight, but I'll bring the repetitions down to 3, and I'll ride that out for quite a period of time. And then eventually that'll attenuate. I won't be able to go up any further without any significant loss in form, or effort level goes too high. And then I'm going to change that to 1s, and then I'm going to do 12 sets of 1, and I'm going to take that up to a pretty high level. And that usually, by that point, I'm usually within 10-15%, maybe 20% of my 1 rep max. Once I ride that out, then I go all the way back down and I do it again. So this is a very long, steady, slow progression of developing of this movement pattern, but it's a great way for me to grease the groove. In other words, of really making that movement pattern efficient. I can call on it on any time, and at the same time, the body absorbs that tension, and hopefully we're going to start seeing my 1RM just kind of slowly go up, which is difficult, again, at this over 50 training, right? So we have to be smart about this. We can't really nail the intensity, but we can kind of play around with volumes, movement patterns. Not really, I don't mean movement patterns in the way of like changing the technique. I mean in how well you perform that movement pattern. And we can kind of trick that body and sneak up on it and get it stronger and stronger and stronger. Okay, on that note, let's get started. We'll start off 90 seconds. Let me move you over here. See a windshield wiper. 5 on each side. A little flexion, control, opposite shoulder stays down, get the stretch, bring it up and over. Okay, that's it. I'll check back in on the 12th round. Okay, so we got one more round. This is just a really pleasant workout. I mean, this is a high quality, plenty of rest. You can feel the system improving, getting better. So one more round, then we'll have our post-workout chat. movement's not going to be appropriate for you. You have to have the wherewithal to understand when that is the case, and then seek out that qualified professional to help you either get to the point of being able to do that, or what are some alternatives that are safer. Okay, so I can't be obviously I'm not sitting here talking to a screen. I'm not going to be able to answer all of your questions, but what I can do is help guide you and get away from the questions. Say, this workout is totally different than the last two that we've done, right? Last two had a lot more of a conditioning effect. They were challenging the system to recover. That wasn't the question here. Plenty of time to recover.